Look into these eyes. You are looking at your closest living relative. A master of the forest. A world of 3 dimensions. For millions of years after the dinosaurs fell, this was our ancestors' kingdom. As we see in our last episode, our primate ancestors took to the trees. They evolved grasping hands to hold on. And forward-facing eyes to judge the leap from branch to branch. They became apes, intelligent, social, and perfectly adapted to a life in the jungle. This world was a paradise. Food was everywhere. Predators were below. But this paradise was about to be taken away. Because the earth itself was changing. And our ancestors would be forced to make a choice, adapt or die. This is the Earth journey. This story begins with geology. The continents were still moving. India slammed into Asia, creating the Himalayas. And in Africa, the continent began to tear itself apart. This created the Great Rift Valley. These new mountains created a rain shadow. They blocked the moisture from the Indian Ocean. The climate in East Africa began to change. The planet got drier, and the great African jungle began to die. The jungle shrunk, leaving small pockets of forest. And in its place, a new, hostile environment emerged. The savanna. Endless seas of tall, yellow grass. Our ape ancestors were now trapped in shrinking islands of trees. The food was running out. They had to do the unthinkable. They had to leave the trees. They had to step out onto the ground. Its feet are built for grasping, not walking. It moves awkwardly on all fours.
The tall grass is high above its head. It cannot see. And this was a death zone.
The savanna was full of new predators. Giant crocodiles waded in the rivers. The remaining terror birds hunted the clearings. The ape, on all fours, is slow. It is clumsy. It is prey. It was an evolutionary dead end. The old way of life was gone, and the new way was suicide. Life was trapped. It needed a new solution.
And the solution was radical. It was counterintuitive.
The ape is in the tall grass.
it cannot see. It stands up, just for a second, on two legs, to peek over the grass.
It sees the predator and drops back down.
This was the savanna hypothesis. Standing up turned a clumsy walker into a mobile watchtower.
The savanna was hot. The sun was brutal.
On all fours, your entire back is exposed to the sun. You overheat.
But when you stand up, you minimize your exposure. Only your head gets the direct sun.
It also lifts your body into the cooler breeze off the ground.
It was the world's first air conditioning system.
It meant they could travel for miles in the midday heat while the lions slept.
But the third reason may be the most important.
Look at a chimpanzee. A mother cannot carry her infant and walk.
The infant must cling on. It is inefficient.
But when you walk upright, your hands are free. You can carry your vulnerable infants. You can carry precious, high-energy food back to your family. This changed everything.
It changed the family structure. It allowed for sharing.
Seeing predators, cooling down, freeing the hades.
Whatever the reason, it happened. It happened.
And it was not lazy. Our skeleton had to be re-engineered.
The spine had to change from a simple C curve to a load-bearing S curve.
This is why 80% of us get chronic back pain. It is an evolutionary compromise.
The pelvis had to change from tall to a short, bowl shape to support our organs. But this made the birth canal smaller.
This created a terrible evolutionary problem. A smaller hole and a bigger head.
Childbirth for humans became uniquely dangerous.
And the foot had to change from a grasping hand to a flat platform.
We lost our ability to climb trees effectively.
We sacrifice safety for efficiency.
We gave up the trees, and in return, we inherited the earth. And this is the result. Lucy.
She is 3.2 million years old. She has long arms, but she is walking on two legs.
We know they walked. We have their footprints, frozen in volcanic ash.
Two sets of footprints, an adult and a child, walking side by side 3.6 million years ago.
This is the moment.
We are no longer apes.
We are hominins.
She is a walker. She can see over the grass. She can stay cool.
And her hands are free.
Free for what?
Free to carry infants. Free to carry food.
And free for something else.
Free to think. Free to create. The birth of technology.
Walking upright did not just change our bodies.
It changed our minds. Third swords.
The story of the first tool
is the next step in our journey.
Our journey began in paradise.
A crisis forced us onto the ground.
we were prey. We evolved a radical solution.
We paid a heavy price for walking tall.
But it made us us.
The first steps of humanity.
And it freed our hands.
The next step was to use them.
The moment our ancestors stood up
was the moment we began our conquest of the planet. The story of humanity had begun. Join us as we explore the birth of the human mind.
If you want to continue this journey through time, subscribe to the Earth Journey.
Our story is just beginning.
Golden hour on the savanna. The baboon surveys its territory from the safety of the upper branches, ever vigilant.
The vibrant green faded to yellow, then brown. The earth cracked. The air grew thick.
Every journey begins with a single step, and for Lucy, this one felt like coming home.